Hey everybody, it's Bethany from Ryan Bethany Board Game Reviews. We're continuing our revisit series, and I'm here trying to find Escape, Curse of the Temple, but I can't seem to find him anywhere.
No! Here I am! Hello!
Hello, Escape. Where have you been, and how have you been?
Oh, I've been doing fine, but you know what? We've really got to go now. Only 10 minutes left!
Whew! Nice to know that we got out of there alive.
I was worried for you guys. I was watching back the footage, and I was like, whew. I don't know about this one. 10 minutes? That's not a lot of time.
We were really cutting it. But everybody, just so you know, we are continuing our revisit series. This is where we talk about games that we've already reviewed long time ago, and we just like to bring them back out and see what we think of them. And today we're going to be talking about Escape, the Curse of the Temple, and this is published by Queen Games.
Yeah, our review style and experience was obviously much different then, so we wanted to give this game the review it deserves, and also to see what we've thought. What have we changed? What have our thoughts changed to this? So yeah, this is still a cooperative game, a full cooperative game. It's a real-time game, as we've alluded to. It's 10 minutes long. You have 10 minutes to do all the things you need to do and get out of there. Let me show you how it looks on the table. All right, now Escape is a fully cooperative game. We're all working together, trying to escape with our lives. We're using the dice to do it, but since it's real time, you are rolling them as fast as you can. You're trying to get the proper symbols in order to move on to the next rooms, discover more gems, and ultimately escape. Oh no, we're here, we have our gems. We cannot escape the temple until we have enough of those gems gone in order to make that requirement. We also have some extra gems up there, which I'll explain why they're there in a little bit later. Now, all the different symbols on the dice, we have these guys here. These generally help us move around from room to room. We also have these keys, and we have these torches. Now, those are usually allow us to unlock certain things on the board. These masks, these are bad. These kind of are dice that we cannot use. They are locked up. But if we roll one of these golden masks, that allows us to unlock 2 of the frozen dice. So then you can scoop up all 3 of those together and re-roll them and keep on going, getting more symbols. Ultimately, what we're trying to do is we're trying to find this tile, and this tile basically says we need to get to this tile and roll as many keys as there are gems left over on that tile plus 1. So you really want to try to find this, but you have to get through this whole stack of tiles first. In a 3, 4, or 5 player game, basically you take that tile and you shuffle it into like the bottom part of the deck. But in a 2-player game, you just put it directly in the middle, so you don't have to get through quite as many. But also, your gem requirements are less. It's kind of balanced in that way. In the base game, which is what we're going to talk about mostly, you have 3 kinds of tiles you're going to come across. Whenever you want to open up a new room, you have to roll 2 of those green guys. There's going to be a big stack of those. You have to roll those 2 green guys in order to add on a new one. This room is completely empty. In order to enter that room, though, you have to roll whatever the symbol is in that red box. In this case, it is one of those green guys plus a key. If you're able to roll that, you move into that room. Then there's the rooms that have the gems on them. This one says you can go into that room, again, by rolling a key and a guy in this case, whatever's in that red box. It says for 4 torches, you get a gem. So you're going to go to that room, you're going to roll furiously trying to get 4 of those gems, and if you're able to do so, you have to put a gem on that spot showing that you've fulfilled that requirement, and thus lowering the objective, which is great. But then you have tiles like this. This has 3 different kind of options there. It says, and just like the top one there, you can do 4 keys for 1 gem, 7 keys for 2 gems, or if you're able to get 10 keys, you can put 3 gems on that, and that can really advance your game. You might need multiple people for that, though. All right, so whenever you're adding on a new room, we usually start with 2 rooms like this on the sides, but whenever you're adding on a new room, that silver door there has to be matched up with an entrance to the or exit from the old room. So now, this person, if they want to get all the way over there to help them out, they have to roll a key and a guy, and 2 guys to get all the way over there. This would have to roll 2 guys. And now combined, those 2 players would be able to roll a whole bunch of keys. And if they're able to get, let's say 7 keys together using their 5 dice combined, they'd be able to put 2 gems on that and keep going back. But remember, this is a timed game. This is 10 minutes long only. You are just going as fast as you can. And to make it even harder, at 2 points in the game, at the, basically 1/3 through the game and then 2/3 through the game, there's going to be a gong symbol that happens. When you do that, you have to, quickly, as fast as possible, get back to that center board. If you're able to do that, no penalty. If for some reason you're way too far away, or your dice are locked up, or whatever the case is, you have to lose a dice, one of your 5 die, if you're not able to get back to that center tile in time. The game actually comes with a CD that has all the music on it. There's 2 different tracks on it that has, 2 different styles of music, and they are, nerve-wracking, but really it's all about the timer. It's 10 minutes and then divided into thirds to get back to the middle. Now what happens when you're rolling all those dice and all those masks keep on coming up and you are locked up? If you're completely locked up, someone else can come to where you are and they can roll some of those golden masks to help unlock dice for you. But even still, there's sometimes situations where all the players are locked up. When you do that, you take some of these gems that are off to the side, you add it to the objective, thus making the game harder, but everyone at the table gets to unlock all of their dice and reroll everything. And eventually, as you're moving around, you are going to find the exit tile. Everyone will need to make their way to it and roll enough keys based off of how many gems are left over plus 1. So obviously, right now we've got 5 there. We only have 5 dice. That's not even really possible. So we would need to kind of explore some more, get rid of some more gems. But for the sake of the example here, you want to roll as many gems as you have plus 1. If you are able to escape, you can give one of your dice to someone else, so that way maybe they've lost one throughout the game and they're going to have a hard time meeting that objective. Now they have an extra die that they'll be able to use to help them escape as well. If all players are able to make it out of the temple before the third and final gong at the end of that 10 minutes, you're going to win the game. Otherwise, you are stuck in this temple until the end of time.
Well, spoiler, everybody, I liked it then, and I liked it now. I'm just going to lead with that. It was really enjoyable. I remember really liking it, and whenever we pull it out, because we still do pull it out, I always have a good time with it. Like, we always, laugh and freak out, like a fun freak out, and I still really enjoy this game.
This is one of the first real-time games that we played, and it just was so good. I mean, we've stuck with that because it's a classic at this point, right?
Yeah.
And it's just so funny. The CD that comes with this game.
Oh my gosh.
It's hilarious. I mean, who has a CD player at the ready while you're gaming? Not many people.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is that because of the internet and mobile phones and all that kind of stuff,
yeah,
there is tracks that you can find on the internet to go along with that has, it's 10 minutes long, and then at the, the 1/3 through and then 2/3 through, do the gong symbol or whatever indication it needs to let you know that, hey, you got to get back to the middle. What we do usually is we just set a timer. Okay, I'm gonna let you in a secret. We cheat just a little bit. We do the timer at the 1/3 point, and then we just stop. And we're like, whew. Okay. All right, for this next phase, what do you want to do? You want to go that way? You want to go that way? All right, you ready to go? All right, let's go.
And we're out of breath as we're sitting down and playing this game.
No, that's but the point is, we just cumulatively 10 minutes, but we break it up into the 1/3 chunks just to give ourselves just a little bit of a recovery.
Yeah, we do that a lot too when we play with just us. However, okay, so if you play 4-player in this game, you can kind of game the game. You tag team and you just go off in different directions so that way you can get yourself out if you have any of those, if you roll any of those black masks. And so we like to add stuff to it to make it a bit more challenging.
I think you just wanted me to talk about expansions. There is a bunch of expansions in this game, and we have some of them, not all of them. But man, when we play, we throw it all in at this point.
Yeah.
We want to be challenged as much as we can. For whatever reason, we like playing cooperative games that just punish us. And this, with all the stuff thrown in, it just adds so much chaos. Some controllable chaos, some not so controllable, and I just love that. One of the expansions lets you play up to 6 players. I do not recommend playing with 6 players. It can get just wild. Dice are flying all over the place.
You have to move around the board, and that's kind of challenging.
Yeah. And with the expansions, though, there's one of the illusion expansion where the tiles disappear. That one is particularly nasty.
Yeah.
But it can also create some really funny situations too. And that's really the goal of playing games, is just to have a good time. And when you throw that stuff in there, it is always a good time. I will say that we keep coming back to this game because when you only have a short amount of time,
Yeah.
sometimes you just don't get a chance to play the games that you want to play, a more intense game or whatever. This, you do get that intense gameplay experience in that really short amount of time. Now, there is a little bit of setup, especially when you add in the more expansions. You have to kind of sort through and figure out which tiles you're using, which tiles you're not. And but once you get down to the science, it's really just shuffle the tiles and start the timer. Escape, The Curse of the Temple. This is, I'll go ahead and say a classic. It is for us anyways, we'll call it.
Oh, definitely.
And one that we really, really enjoy.
So I will still give the caveat, which I gave the first time we talked about it, that if you're somebody that fast games like this just give you a little bit of anxiety, just avoid it. You won't like it. You'll just be anxious the entire time, and it won't be fun for you. So just that caveat is out there. But if you do like that, you should check out Escape if you ever get the chance. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to us. You can see our videos as they come out. You can find us on Facebook under Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. You can find us on Twitter under Ryan and Bethany 1. And you can find us on Instagram under Ryan and Bethany.
All right, everybody, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.